Hey guys, you're watching PhoneArena's video review of the LG Optimus 7, which is one of the very first Windows Phone 7 handsets by LG. It already faces some pretty stiff competition by serious handsets like the Samsung Omnia 7 or the HTC HD7. So in this video review we're going to see what can possibly the Optimus 7 throw into the ring in order to differentiate itself from the competition. First off, we would like to know that the Optimus 7 seems like one of the smaller Windows Phone handsets for now, which is pretty strange, of course, with its 3.8-inch capacitive touchscreen on the front. So this display has a resolution of 480 by 800 pixels and uses traditional LCD TFT technology as opposed to the Super AMOLED found on the Omnia 7. There are some notable differences between these two technologies. For example, LCD does not deliver such great contrast levels. Its colors are not as saturated, but still it has one advantage, and it is that especially smaller texts are more readable, more easily readable on LCD screen. So the overall image quality of the LG Optimus 7 is pretty good, to say the least. Of course, viewing angles are not as great as on Super AMOLED, but are still pretty tolerable on this display. Touch sensitivity is of course really great with this handset due to its capacitive screen, and on top of that we did not experience any issues with it registering our touches, so using the handset is really a seamless procedure. Underneath the display we have these three physical keys here for back, home and search. It would have been a bit better if the back and search keys had a bit more of a pronounced travel, because right now they're somewhat shallow. However, the home key is very easy to use. It is protruding from the surface, as you can see, and what's interesting here is that the Windows logo itself is the key here, which is a nice touch. Moving on to the sides of the phone, on the left side we find this small volume rocker here. It requires some more pressure to be pressed accordingly, but still has a decent click to it. On the top side we have the standard 3.5mm headset jack and the really tiny power and lock key. It is protruding from the surface, so it is easy to find by touch alone, but is not the most comfortable one to press, especially when you hold a phone like this, and due to this raised edge here it's a bit harder to access from the back, so you'll probably wish to close the handset like this. On the right side of the phone we find the two-stop camera shutter key, which is very well executed, and above it we have this standard micro USB port. LG has used this standard flap for it, but we kind of like Samsung's sliding covers more. On the back of the phone we find this cluster here with the 5-megapixel camera, LED flash and a very small self-portrait mirror. We are really glad to find that almost the whole back side of the LG Optimus 7 is made of metal due to this large back cover here. It feels really great, it's really high quality and gives the phone a sense of durability, solidness, and a premium feel. Underneath it we find the 1500 mAh battery and the SIM card slot. LG Optimus 7 runs stock Windows Phone 7 operating system, so if you've seen such a smartphone once, the Optimus 7 would not surprise you in any way. This is your home screen, which is populated with these live tiles, which are like icons basically that take you to different applications or hubs, but with the difference that these here show related information. For example, this Google Mail live tile shows me that I've got 8 unread messages right now, or the live tile that takes you to the People hub shows different pictures of my contacts. These tiles can also be arranged in any way you like by long pressing over a tile and dragging it to the desired location. This arrow to the right here shows us the way to the main menu, Here is a vertical list with all of your applications, and this is where third-party applications appear, which you can then take to the home screen and pin them to a desired location. There's nothing special with the People Hub. First, you have a list with all of your contacts that can be integrated with Facebook or Windows Live, and the good part is that contact images automatically appear here in the People Hub. You can also see what's new in Facebook here. This is the messaging experience in Windows Phone 7. The good part is that messages appear in threaded view, and you can quickly turn a text message into a media one by clicking the touch key here. Here is the portrait QWERTY keyboard, and as you tilt the phone in landscape mode, the keyboard is again pretty usable, but we don't see a reason why it doesn't take up the whole available space. Let me show you the calendar in Windows Phone 7. First, you get to this day view, and you can quickly switch to agenda view like this with a single swipe. Adding an appointment while in day view is very easy. You just select the hour that you wish, for example 14, and the appointment is automatically scheduled for 2 p.m. So you just need to type your subject or some other information probably and click Save. Switching to month view is done by pressing this key here, and then you have a better overview of what is going to happen in this whole month. Here is how the email client looks like in Windows Phone 7. You first have a list of all your received emails, then you have an unread view which shows you only the unread emails, and then some probably some emails that you flagged or marked as urgent. The new Internet Explorer is simply great. Scrolling is very smooth, as well as zooming by multi-touch, and there is also double tap support, which works great in this new Internet Explorer. Pages are of course rendered as on a desktop, which is great, but still we have some things to say about the interface. For example, there is no full screen mode when in portrait mode. Of course, you can always switch to landscape for a full screen view, which is a nice option, but then you don't get an address bar at the top. So if you want to change the website, you have to switch back to portrait and then enter your site. The new Internet Explorer lacks Flash or Silverlight support, so Flash remains reserved for Android 2.2 for now. Multimedia on the LG Optimus 7 is handled by the Music and Videos Hub. It allows you quick access to the Zune music player, the videos, podcasts, radio, or gives you a shortcut to the marketplace for some new stuff. The Zune marketplace has a great interface with these panoramic backgrounds. It shows you. It also gives you some the artist of the week here, some featured artists, new releases. It's really a great way to access and use multimedia. It's a nice touch that through the Zune marketplace you can listen to 30-second previews of each song. As you can see, the background immediately changes to the artist you're listening to, which makes the experience even better. Of course, with the Optimus 7 you have access to the marketplace for mobile. Here you can browse for applications and games in order to diversify your experience with the smartphone. What's interesting here is that LG has added its own App Store here. It's like a mini App Store because it only shows you about 5, 7 or 8 applications here to choose from, but they are all available for free. There is some interesting interface here in the LG Optimus 7 that you won't find on Samsung's or HTC's devices. For example, you have the Play To feature, which is a DONA feature which lets you project pictures, music or videos to devices like an HD television, your Windows 7 PC or the Xbox 360. Another great feature is the Scan Search augmented reality app. Once you have the phone facing the ground, it shows you this radar-like view, and of course it designates your position. Here we are, as well as the points of interest that happen to be around you within 5 kilometers. Unfortunately, we found that the photo and video quality of the LG Optimus 7 is not that great. Well, for the most part, such landscape shots have a decent detail, nice sharpness, but colors tend to be a bit off balance. In addition, indoor photos experienced some nasty noise going on. All in all, we quite like the LG Optimus 7. It has really good looks and great build quality, especially due to this large metal back cover. Not everything is great about its construction though. We would like that the back and search keys had better travel. The unlock key is too small and the volume rocker is not the most comfortable out there, but still the issue with them is that they're not great, but they're perfectly usable. Software wise, the LG Optimus 7 delivers pretty much everything that all other Windows Phone devices deliver right now. It's a perfectly fluid operating system with great capabilities and still some significant room for improvement. However, to its advantage, the LG has added the awesome Scan Search augmented reality app and the Play To DONA functionality. So software-wise, LG has done its part to differentiate the LG Optimus 7 from the competition. For more details on this handset, as well as many other Windows Phone 7 smartphones, Android smartphones or iOS smartphones, you can visit us anytime at PhoneArena.com.